Hello there, my name is Ismail, and welcome to another Blender Daily Tip. And today we're going to be looking at how to place these meatballs into the pan using the physics simulator rather than doing it manually. Because if you try to place these meatballs manually, you will have them intersecting with each other. And if you look closely, you will see that none of these are intersecting. So let's see how we can do that. So I'll just copy the pan here. That's all I need, and paste that into a new project. Let me also turn on the simplify modifier so that I can remove the subdivisions we have there. So if you want to place these, let's go to the material settings here. If you want to add say meatballs or whatever you want to use, let's just make a few of them here. Let me use this cube and bevel it to round it off a bit. You know what? It's going to use a lot of computation power if you have a lot of vertices there. If you add too many vertices there, so let me just first use a subdivision surface and reduce the subdivision. Just assume this is our meatball, and yeah. Now to place them here, it's very simple. We're going to use the rigid body system to place them. So I'll just go to the rigid body settings and then the physics settings and add on the rigid body system. Also make sure that this also has that rigid body. So let me first remove that. Okay, so this is the collision. Rigid body, have that like that, and now if you play back, you can see they're all falling down. We don't need this to be falling down, so we can change that from active to passive, and it will stay in position. So if we play this back, you can see down. Now nothing much is happening here. It's just falling down like this on top of this pan. It's not even going inside the pan. That's because when we select this pan here, you can see it's using the collision shape of convex, which is the equivalent of, let's say, going into the display modifier, display settings, and viewport, change this to bounds. So it's using something like this as its collision surface to kind of optimize the simulation, because a shape like this with that kind of that is kind of hollow takes up more computation power than something like this, and yeah, you can see it's colliding right exactly on that surface there. So you also make sure that you apply this subdivision surface. That's why it wasn't bouncing around as it should. Let's first clear this simulation. Let's see. Okay, so now if you want it to kind of fall into the pan itself, let's first change back the display back to textured. If you want it to fall inside, you would have to change this into a mesh collision type. So the shape here needs to be a mesh, and now this would fall inside like that. So we need more, so we can just duplicate this a few times, as many as you want, and then play back like that. Sometimes if you simulate this from a high distance, I guess this is also too large. So if you simulate this from a high distance, they may bounce out of the plane, and when you're simulating a lot of these objects, you may want to put them at a different heights so that they are not intersecting. So if you start running into the problem of having this bounce out of the pan, you can simulate to around a distance, a closer distance like this, and then go to object, rigid body, apply transformation, and then when you reset, the simulation will just start at that position, and that will reduce the height from which they are kind of colliding with the object, and that should reduce the bouncing outside of the pan. Now that when you're satisfied with the placing of the objects, just have all of them selected, go to object, rigid body, and then remove, first apply the transformation, and then remove the rigid body. Remove the rigid body system. This will remove all the rigid bodies physics we have set here, but retain the rest position of your simulation. Another thing I did is that I added everything into a collection. So I'll call this meatballs. So that if you wanted to select all of them at once, and because you might have a lot of them, like I had in this scene here, you may want to just select one, Shift G, then select collection to select all of them. Another thing that I may have forgot to tell you is that if you duplicate these around and give this a rigid body, so if you duplicate this around these meatballs, and before you kind of give them a rigid body system, you would have to go to each one of them and go back, give them a rigid body system, which is kind of a lengthy process. Here's a shortcut you can use. You can just select all the objects you want to give the same rigid body system, and then select the object with the rigid body system last, and go to object, rigid body, copy from active. This will copy all the rigid body settings you have on this to the selected rigid body. This is also the same if, say, you wanted to change the mass of this object, but you also want this mass to be the same for these other objects. You just select this as the active, and the way you do that is that you select it as the last object, and then can go under object, rigid body, copy from active, and that should give that the same mass or any setting you have. Or another way to do it, say we give this a mass of 10, and you can just again select it as the active object, and then right click this mass option, and then copy to selected. This will also be the equivalent of going to object and then copy everything like that. The only difference is that it will only copy the object you right clicked on, the setting you have right clicked on. So yeah, we don't need this simulation, so I'll just select everything and object, rigid body, remove the rigid body system. You can make more meatballs. Let me just duplicate this, and we can give these a passive rigid body so that they are still active in the simulation, but they don't kind of move around like rigid bodies. So copy to active, and this, and now we can just duplicate this around again. Okay, we need to apply the transformation. Make sure you at 0 frame. So if you want these to be stacked on top of each other, you can just duplicate them like that and then play back. As they fall, you want to apply the transformation and resimulate. Then apply transformation, select. This is why we had these into a collection, because now instead of going in and selecting everything, I can just select one and then Shift G, select the collection like that, and now I can apply the rigid body. I can apply the transformation and then remove the rigid body system. So that is how I placed. That's how I distributed these kind of place these meatballs around, and you can see because these are meatballs, they are kind of soft, and you can see when they rest down or when they collide with each other, they push on top. They push. They kind of squish themselves around, and to kind of give that. To give that impression, what I did is that after I simulated the physics, I just selected everything, joined them into one surface, one mesh, and then give that soft body physics system. And then for the soft body system to work, it doesn't work with the rigid body system. If we play back this, need to reset this. You see, to kind of remove that bouncing back, you just need to remove this go, and they will just fall down. But right now they're passing through the pan, which is something we don't want. So we just need to change this into, give this a collision property. It has the rigid body property, but the rigid body system doesn't work with the soft body system. So we need to remove that and then give this a collision system. So if we play back, sometimes when you play back, the physics system will not calculate. If it does that, just move your cursor to almost the last frame and then play back, and it should reset the simulation. Another thing to note is that the soft body collision system is very computer intensive, and you can see now that now Blender is a bit laggy, and it takes a while to compute one frame. So if you want that, you can continue and simulate the soft bodies system, but yeah, it's going to take a lot of time since I'm also recording, but you can see how it had started affecting the object. So yeah, I guess in the next part, because I don't want to keep this too long, I will be showing you how to simulate these veggies, kind of place them around like that. Thank you.